Hey guys, it's Broman here, back in Destiny, to ask the big question. At least, the question that has been bothering me for a little bit. I'm sure it's been bothering a lot of you. And that question is, where is the Crux of Crota? Where is it? Literally, where is it? Like, where is it? It's insane that it hasn't shown up yet. Within, the first few hours of hard mode being completed with Atheon in the Vault of Glass, people were saying, hey, I got the not the Necrochasm, hey! I got the Mythoclast. And yet we have nobody running around saying, hey, I have the Necrochasm. Now, there's a few things that could be going on with Bungie, or at least with the drop rates, that might be causing these strange issues, but I thought I might go over maybe a couple things that I considered plausible that could be issues. So first of all, I thought maybe it just wasn't in the drop pool. Like, for the first week, they were just like, you know what, no big deal. Not going to be in the drop pool, nobody needs it, nobody really wants it, I mean, not really that bad, whatever. But, of course, that turned out to be not true. Deej himself hopped onto a Bungie forum post to confirm that the Necrochasm, the Crux of Crota, does indeed drop. It is in the drop pool at apparently about a 5% rate, which is pretty high. It's definitely lower than, I believe, the 20%, which was hypothesized for the Mythoclast. But even with the weighted drop rates and everything inside of the new raid, you would expect it to have dropped at least a couple times already, so that's obviously not what's going on. Another hypothesis that people have come up with is that there are assigned drops for when you clear the raid. The Glowhoo shader, which I'm wearing right now, the boisterous, ugly mess of a shader that it is, and it's awesome. Maybe taking the slot that the Crux could be supposedly filling, so there's some sort of coding error that's resulting in the Crux not dropping because it is seeing a drop that is supposed to happen and saying, well, the supposed to happen drop happened. They got this shader, and now we can all just be happy biscuits and not have to worry about the Crux. So, what do I think's going to happen with this? Do I think that there's honestly been a mistake? Real talk, I think it's probably a mistake. I think that there's a little bit of a coding error inside of everything that could be causing it not to drop, and Bungie might have to identify it. It would be hilarious, this was brought up in my Twitch chat today, it'd be hilarious if, yeah, it's in the drop table, but the guy didn't flip the switch on it in the drop table, so it's there, but it's not really there, and, all sorts of other stuff. But honestly, I think that it may be just a little bit of a whoopsie, perhaps like some interference inside of the coding. So the Crux just hasn't shown up yet. But I do think that at the very least, it'll probably start showing up next week. And if it doesn't start showing up next week, I think that 100% does confirm what the fuck is going on. I mean, there's a mistake. There is a problem. Something is not happening that should be happening. Which I sincerely hope for that not to be the case. I feel like every rollout that Bungie's had on most of the stuff in this game has gone without a lot of flaws. Now, the Husk of the Pit didn't drop perfectly the first couple of times while it was, the first few days while it was out, the Husk of the Pit wasn't necessarily dropping at the proper rate either. But, it was still around. It was in the game, quote unquote, before you could get it. So that is another potential possibility that, it's in the game, it could be there, but it's just not out yet. I hope to be getting the Crux of Crota as soon as I can. I'm hoping that it'll start dropping next week. If it doesn't start dropping next week, I'll probably be a little bit concerned. But until then, if you haven't yet, you still have a little bit of extra time, so you won't be in the lag. Grab yourself a Husk of the Pit, upgrade it, the Adolan Ally. It's a pretty nice gun. It's got an extremely powerful crit modifier, as you can see, even though I'm a terrible shot. You can mow down enemies very quick with the high crit modifier on the Adolan Ally, and once the Necrochasm comes out, I can only assume the crit modifier will stay that way and make it an absolutely devastating exotic, and hopefully giving it some really, really great damage scaling as well. So, the question still remains, where is the Crux? And unfortunately, the answer is right now, ain't nobody fucking know. But hopefully inside of the next week or maybe the next few days, we'll find out exactly where the Crux of Crota is at. Hopefully some folks will be able to start to get their hands on it, and we'll be able to see the necrochasm in all of its fantastic exotic glory. Thanks for watching today, guys. I really appreciate it. Make sure to rate, comment, and subscribe, and do not forget that I fucking love each and every one of you. You're all amazing, and I really appreciate the support. As of the creation of this video, we are a bee's dick away from 60,000 YouTube subs, which is absolutely mind-boggling to me. I appreciate your support and viewership every day. If you haven't had a chance, I like to try and do this every once in a while. Come on over to Twitch, hang out with us there if you got a chance. It's twitch.tv/ProfessorBroman. And I'd love to see you there and chat with you there as well. I fucking love you guys, and I will see you next time in Destiny.